As I said, I got a hot ticket right here on set. Joining us now is Bret Baier, special report anchor, author of the new book, To Rescue the American Spirit, Teddy Roosevelt and the Birth of a Superpower. Out on shelves today. Hello, Bret. Thanks for coming.
Larry, thanks for calling me a hot ticket.
You are. You've always been a hot ticket.
By the way, this is your book, signed, sealed, and delivered.
And you know me, I'm probably going to read it, and you're going to come on the radio to help sell it.
All right,
either
done.
This weekend or next weekend. So let me just step back for 1 second. You're a man of the world. There's a lot of interesting things going on around the globe. I'm not even going to talk about the Middle East piece. That's been discussed. But the Takaishi election in Japan, she was a Shinzo Abe protege. I think she's very much pro-American. And I'm interested in changes happening in Great Britain. We talked about Art Leifer going over there for tax cuts. But let's look at Japan for 1 second. Very important. Next to China, she's a nationalist, as I understand it, what I would call Japan first in Trumpian populist terms. What do you know about her? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah,
one?
I mean, I don't know a lot about her other than her party and what she's managed to do now with this coalition and getting actual power. She's going to break that glass ceiling. And I do know that she is Shinzo Abe light, if you will. She's in that party. She's in that frame of mind. And President Trump had a great relationship with him.
Yes,
I interviewed Shinzo Abe.
I had a great relationship. He was an amazing human being.
And he kind of got it as far as economics and how the U.S. and Japan could get along. So if she's in that framework, which I think she is, that's a big asset when you come to dealing with China and everything else.
We need them. I mean, we need Japan. It's very important. Japan and Australia, it seems to me, really important over in Asia. I know we have other fish to fry in our interview, but we need them. Anyway, let's come home. Republican, you should lose. The party in power should lose in the off years. May not happen. Yeah. I mean, Virginia is a Republican governor. I don't know, could be reelected. And then this Jack Ciattarelli business in New Jersey, lots of new registrations going on, lots of spirit. The Democrats are running terrible campaigns. What do you make of this?
First of all, in Virginia, Trafalgar had a poll last week that had it at 3 points. If it's 3 points in Virginia, that is anybody's ballgame because it's really purple. It's a purple state. I think both Spanberger and Mikey Sherrill have been bad candidates. They were supposed to be runaway candidates because it was like the moderate face of the Democratic Party. It's turned out to be, they've stepped on themselves each time. With Virginia, it's the Attorney General's race and all that happened with that. In New York, her performance in the debate where she couldn't say whether she was going to raise sales taxes or not. And Ciattarelli is really running hard. Last time he lost by 5 points. We had him down 20 heading into Election Day. If he's only down 5, you know, this again is a single-digit toss-up race.
What's going on here? So there's a theme. You should be losing these off-year elections. Is it Trump? Is it Trump popularity? Is it the damage to the Democratic Party? You've got the big socialist in, Mamdani in New York City, who I think is frankly a stain on the Democratic Party or will be perceived as such. I mean, what does Bret Baier think's going on here? Political trends they're not doing what the textbook would tell you they should do.
That's exactly right. I think it's a combination. I think President Trump has had a number of significant wins. Democrats, they're running against President Trump everything they have, and in part doing everything they do because they're running against President Trump. The government shutdown, arguably, is because they're focused on their left and firing up their base. I think that Mamdani and the left part of the party scares some people, and independents and maybe some Republicans who would have voted Democratic in a Virginia or a New Jersey are saying, maybe not.
What would Teddy Roosevelt do?
Teddy Roosevelt would do something bold.
Speaking of whom?
He'd get in the game. He would get in the game. I had a lot of fun writing this book. You know, it's the 6th of the presidential series of books I've done. And, he just jumps off the page. All the anecdotes, all the passion, all the energy. There are some similarities with President Trump. A lot of nonstop campaigning and speechifying, but also expanded the power of the presidency. If you think about it, the executive actions taken from President 1, George Washington, to 25, there were 1,200 of them. 26th president, Teddy Roosevelt, signs 1,300 executive orders. 1,300. Trump had 210 in his first term and is at 220 right now. He expanded the power of the executive, and he really, fought for the little guy, which made him both conservative and progressive.
He expanded the power of the nation. I mean, he made us a global power. And Donald Trump is a man of peace trying to end wars. But don't you think Donald Trump has, in a sense, restored America's standing in the world? Though in a way, I believe Teddy Roosevelt would heartily have approved.
Well, I mean, he has negotiated, and he's done it in India, Pakistan. He's done it in Rwanda, Congo. He's done it Armenia, Azerbaijan. He's done it with Israel and Hamas. He's hoping to do it with Russia and Ukraine. Teddy Roosevelt did it with Russia and Japan, and he got the Nobel Peace Prize. So,
and this hemisphere.
Yeah.
I mean, before he was president, obviously,
right.
And the Panama Canal and all the rest of it. I'm sure it's all in the book, but I'm not as crazy about him as a domestic president. I know he was a big trust buster, and he became a big progressive,
Yep.
and I could have done without some of that stuff. But here's the thing. If I get this right, and I probably won't, Hamilton, I think it was Federalist 27, but I may be wrong, talked about the need for energy in the executive. And when I looked at your book and thumbing through it and stuff, I thought Teddy Roosevelt, plenty of energy. Donald Trump, plenty of energy
100%.
in the executive. Joe Biden, a complete failure on that score.
100% is the energy in the executive. And this book focuses on the soda straw moment where he says America needs to be a leader in the world, and he takes the reins to do that.
Yes, indeed. Bret Baier, we love having you. I wish you'd come on more. Don't miss Special Report. That's easy. Weekdays at 6 p.m. Eastern on Fox News. And the name of the book is To Rescue the American Spirit. It's all about Theodore Roosevelt. Thank you, Bret.
Thanks, Larry.
Appreciate it very much.